In honor of Armed Forces Week, the United States Army Drill Team introduces a special edition of I've Got a Secret. Secret, brought to you tonight by Tony, creator of fine beauty products for the woman who prefers the natural look of beauty care at home. Live from New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thank you. You know, other people do that. They look calm and unruffled. It scared the bajunior out of me. I hate it. Anyhow, good evening and welcome to I've Got a Secret. Now that you've seen the United States Army's 3rd Infantry Honor Guard Company from Fort Myer, Virginia, let's meet the old soldiers on our panel. First, we're delighted to welcome back, after a month-long furlough, our former flight instructor for the Army Air Corps, Bill Cullen. And sitting next to him, a young lady who saw service as a Navy nurse in the movie Mr. Roberts, Betsy Palmer. And next to her, a fellow who would most certainly have been a general in the Air Force, except there were several other fellows ahead of him, so he settled for private, Henry Morgan. And finally, our morale officer, Bess Myerson. That's our panel. And so, we'll welcome our first contestants, please, if you will come out, gentlemen. Be seated and we'll try to get acquainted. Tell us what your name is, please, and where you're from.
I'm Donnie Cook from Harlingen, Texas.
Donald Cook, who is from Harlingen, Texas.
Ronnie Cook from Harlingen, Texas.
Ronnie Cook. Now, panel, although they don't look it, Ronald and Donald are the twins. They each have a secret that directly relates to our Special Armed Forces Day salute. So, Donald, if you'll whisper first, we'll show our audience what your secret is. Now, Ronald, you whisper your part of your twin secret. Panel, to help you classify Ronald and Donald's Cook's secret, the clue concerns something that just happened to them, and we'll start the game with Welcome Home, Bill Cullen.
All right. Brothers Cook, does this have anything to do with the armed service?
Yes.
Would it help us to know what branch of the service?
I think so.
Shall we try the Air Force?
To whom are you speaking?
Uh-oh. Is one of you in the Air Force?
No. No.
Is one of you, is the concern of one of you the Army?
Is the concern of one of you the Army?
Yes.
Is the concern of the other one the Navy?
Yes.
$20 down, $60 to go, and we go to a very fresh-looking Miss Betsy Palmer.
Thank you kindly. You boys have not been in the service, either of you, yet?
No.
No, you're being inducted, Ronnie?
No.
You're joining up.
Yes.
Ronnie, you joining also?
Yes, ma'am.
Of your own volition, though, both of you.
That's the only way you can get in?
They don't sweep you away anymore, like they used to, boys?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yes. Now, are you both going to be doing the same thing, only for each other's service?
Yes.
You both are.
$40 down, $40 to go. We go, please, to Henry Morgan.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I think they're going to both bake cakes for the same...
Both bake cakes?
Each is going to do something for the other and the other, or what?
Sure.
Donald, do you know now what you're going to be doing in the service?
Not exactly.
All right, now, are you going to be in the infantry?
You don't know yet, do you?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't even know where you're going to be.
No.
Therefore, you don't.
He know where he gonna be, but he don't know what he gonna be doing.
Oh, should I be in geography instead of what I'm doing? Where I'm... Oh, I don't know who I am.
$60 down, $20 to go. We go, please, to Bess Myerson.
Well, now, Donald, are you and Ronnie both going to have the same jobs in the service or in the same area? Well, there's no clue to that at all?
I guess we have to say probably not.
Probably not. For a while.
I see. Are you both, you don't know where you're going to be, do you, Ronnie? Where you're going to be situated?
Oh, yes.
You
Yes,
do?
ma'am, we do.
Would you both be in the same place?
No, ma'am.
But you both know where you're going to be. Well, is that going to help us with the secret?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it going to be in the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it going to be...
Oh, panel, you were so close there for a while. I thought surely you were getting right to it. You're looking at two very proud young men, and with good reasons. Donald Cook has just received his appointment to West Point. His twin brother Ronald has a matching, if not identical, secret, for Ronald has just received his appointment to Annapolis. Gentlemen, what does your father think of your choosing the Army and Navy as a career? I ask this question, panel, because their father is a retired career Air Force man. So how does he feel about neither of you going into the Air Force? Would think he would have preferred the Air Force?
Well, he's happy we're going to the academies, but I'm sure he would rather we've been in the Air Force.
Well, it's every of us with sons, you know. Yes?
I was thinking, about impartiality. As soon as these fellas get in, their father's going to have to request a seat in the end zone of the Army-Navy game.
Exactly right, yes. But how many tests do you have to take, by the way, to qualify for West Point and for Annapolis?
Well, the first thing is you write your congressman, and he gives you a test. Well, it depends on your appointment, type of appointment, but that's the way we got in. And then you have to pass some physical examinations, have to make certain qualifying scores on your college board examinations.
So there are about 4 different exams, and the physical one is so difficult that 25 kids, young men, beg your pardon, young men took these tests, and only 3 out of the 25 passed the physical. So good luck at the Army-Navy game. Don't hit each other or throw stuff. My regards to your father, and congratulations to you. Now, we'll be back with you again in just a minute, but first, let's watch this.
Here's a test to show you what Tame Cream Rinse can do. This girl rinsed half her hair with Tame. Tame is taken into the hair to condition it. This side, without Tame, tangles. Rinsed with Tame, tangle-free. Without Tame, dry, fly away. With Tame, manageable and shining. Yes, it's a shame to shampoo without Tame. Tame Cream Rinse.
For extra dry or color-treated hair, use extra conditioning Tame.
Now, let's at this moment welcome our second contestant. Would you come in, sir? You seat first, sir, because you outrank me by quite a bit. Panel, for the time being, we're going to have to refer to this gentleman as Admiral X. So, Admiral, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to our audience at home. Panel, Admiral X's secret concerns something that he did, and we will start the game with Bess Myerson, please.
Admiral X, are we concerned with a year as part of your secret? A time?
That might be helpful if they knew the year.
Yes. Are you perhaps the only living gentleman that has survived this particular time?
Yes.
Did it have to do with a year before 1900?
Yes.
No, I think the question, sir, was the year in which this occurred, was it before 1900?
Oh, before 1900, since 1900.
I see. Was it prior to the First World War?
Yes, before the First World War.
All right, we've lost 20. We have 60 to go. We go to Bill Cullen, please.
Between 1900 and the First World... Did it have anything to do, Admiral, sir, with flying?
No.
It did have directly to do with your job with the Navy, is that correct?
No.
It was in no way service connected.
No way service connected?
No way.
What's he doing here?
Yes. This took our whole train of thought, just disappeared. Thanks.
$40 down, $40 to go, and the train moves on. We go to Betsy.
Admiral, did it happen in this country?
No.
Did it happen in the Western Hemisphere?
Yes.
Gary scratched his head. Did it happen in Panama?
No.
Did it happen in South America?
No.
All right, $60 down, $20 to go. We go, please, to Henry Morgan.
Admiral, was Betsy going in the right direction?
She was last heard from headed south. Is that the right direction, sir?
No.
No.
Oh, did you have anything to do with the discovery of the North Pole?
Yes.
I think we'll cut you off right here because, panel, I would like to introduce you properly to Admiral X, Henry, and Bill. I think this name might possibly ring a bell to both of you. I'm sure it will. This is Rear Admiral Donald B. McMillan, and when he was a little younger than his present age of 89, he was a member of an expedition whose achievement has never been duplicated. He was with Admiral Peary's expedition that discovered the North Pole in 1909.
The 1496 right now. That's 1-800-331-1496.
I have a picture here taken of Admiral while he was on that expedition. I'd like to show it to the panel. And isn't that a terribly bulky suit, sir?
Not to travel in at 70 below zero, 75.
I guess not. But how do you, when you're dressed like that, how do you change at night when you're out in the open?
That's the traveling suit. And at night, we change to a dry kulita. That's the upper garment, keeping on the bearskin pants and the deerskin boots. But slept with our arms on our breast inside of the sleeves and the empty sleeve over the face to keep the face from freezing.
No sleeping bags, no shelter of any kind?
No, we lived in snow houses.
Which you naturally had to build yourself, yes?
Yes. Every night we built snow houses.
Well, what was your job of the expedition, sir?
I was one of the assistants of Admiral Peary.
And
supporting parties, in charge of one of the supporting parties.
He was in charge specifically of fuel and food supplies, so he had a great deal to do with preparing for the trip. And a complete list of Admiral McMillan's accomplishments would take weeks to read. He returned to the Arctic over 30 times. He charted and mapped areas of the world no man had ever been in before. He compiled a dictionary of the Eskimo language. He established scientific stations all through Greenland and northern Labrador. And he made all of these later trips on his own schooner, a beautiful ship called the Bowden that he designed and built himself. And the ship is permanently enshrined up at the museum in Mystic, Connecticut. Let me ask you, sir, in the 55 years since you and the Peary expedition went to the North Pole, no one has ever tried to go back. Why is that?
Well, no one has tried in that way out over the ice of the polar sea.
Well, they've been there in a submarine.
Been there in a submarine and in airplanes. I flew over the North Pole some years ago in an airplane.
For heaven's sakes. Well, now, there were many people who thought that there was land up there.
For a long while, the authority of the world told me that undoubtedly there was a lot of land there, and that's where all our icebergs came from. In fact, there are no icebergs in the polar sea and no land in the polar sea.
Well, is it the reason that nobody's ever returned? Is it because now, thanks to your expedition, they know what's there and it's of little value?
That's right. Prior to that, hundreds of ships were crushed with the ice.
I see.
100 men have been lost trying to get, for the last 300 years, in fact, we've tried to reach the North Pole.
So no overland expedition has made it in the 55 years since Admiral McMillan accompanied Admiral Peary. And, sir, we're very honored to have you with us tonight. Thank you very much. A remarkable time. I'll be back with you again in just a moment, but first here's some exciting news from the world of fashion.
Oleg Cassini goes stark white and chooses a dramatic hairstyle, the long, lean look, by Tony. Harvey Barron turns chiffon into sheer flirtation and suggests an alluring hairstyle by Tony. America's leading designer fashions have formed an exciting alliance with Tony Hairstyle. You get 12 new hairstyles and 12 new fashions in Tony's 40-page book, The American Look, starring Miss America.
You'll find Tony has a permanent wave for every fashion look in the book. For girls who want to go utterly sleek, Tony introduces the uncurly permanent New Smooth and Sleek Tony. And girls who like soft, fluffy styles do the most original things with Tony's famous hidden body wave. And only Tony gives you this fabulous book.
Plus a surprise. Win a designer original. Contest rules are in the book free with Tony Permanent. Now.
We tried.
Call now.
Henry made a very interesting observation, I thought, after Admiral Macmillan left. What was it you said, Henry?
Well, I may not have been absolutely 100% accurate, but I'd like to bet on it anyway, that is the most important man that, not alone that we've ever had on this show, that I've ever seen on any television interview. He's an extremely important man. I'm going to overdo it in a minute.
No, but in his way...
I've been a sort like, this is the wrong way to say it, but I've been an admirer, I was going to say fan, an admirer of that man since I was a kid.
In his way, in his time, and in his fashion, was every bit as important as John Glenn's flight.
Oh, yes.
And
oh, yes.
Probably a great deal more difficult.
Yes.
All right, now may we have our next contestants, please. All right, let's all be seated, and we'll find out in round-robin fashion here who we are and what branch of the service we are affiliated with.
Sergeant Gene Miller, United States Air Force.
Private Kenny King, United States Army.
Sergeant Roy Collett of the Royal Canadian Air Force.
Airman Bob Kelly, United States Air Force.
Petty Officer First Class Tom Callahan, United States Navy.
Sergeant Bill Prince, United States Army.
Now, panel, although these gentlemen come from widely different services, they have been assigned to work together by the governments of the United States and Canada on a special project. They have been picked for this assignment because of their very special qualifications. The nature of their work is so special that they never know where the next mission is going to take them. For instance, gentlemen, if you'll all whisper to me, we'll show our audience exactly where you're going right after tonight's program. Good heavens, why are you going there of all places? Panel, the clue to their secret concerns where they're going and what they're going to do when they get there, and we'll start the game with Bill Cullen, please.
Well, from the way the audience reacted when they whispered where they were going, can I assume that it's somewhere quite close?
Yes, it is.
Is it in the confines of our city proper here?
Yes.
Then from the laugh, I have to assume it's Brooklyn.
Wow! Would you like to come down to the office and answer the mail next week? Because Brooklyn in its entirety is going to write in.
Oh, no, everyone laughs when you say Brooklyn.
He said, I'm sorry.
Let's go back to Henry again. Is it somewhere in Manhattan, gentlemen, that you're going?
Yes, it is.
Like next door? That close?
No, not quite.
$20 down and $60 to go, and I know where you had in mind. All right, let's go. Off we go into the China song. Oh, yeah.
It has nothing to do with the World's Fair, then?
No.
No? It has to do with this particular building?
No.
Within the same block that this building is in?
No.
All right, $40 down, $40 to go. Henry?
Are you going to a public building?
A building to which the public is admitted, although it is not owned by the public.
Do people usually pay admission to go into this building?
Usually.
Is it a theater?
Of a sort, yes.
$60 down, $20 to go, and we go to Bess.
Is it a building where entertainment usually is held?
Yes, it is.
Are you in the entertainment portion of whatever branch of service you're in?
That's correct.
Is it music? Is it a band?
Yes.
Yes? And you're going to entertain in New York at Lincoln Center or Carnegie Hall or something?
Carnegie Hall. That's
Carnegie Hall?
Very good, then. Panel, you are looking at the Dixieland combo of the North American Air Defense Command Band, otherwise known as the NORAD Dixie Tones. Now, NORAD stands for the North American Air Defense Command. It's a joint military command made up of over 200,000 men from the United States and Canada who work together as a team to provide aerospace defense protection for both countries. So let's get the curtains open, and gentlemen, if you will reunite yourself with your instruments up there. And this is a swinging group, I'll tell you. And the entire NORAD band tonight is playing later at a special concert at Carnegie Hall. But right now, gentlemen, here are the Dixie Tones of the North American Air Defense Command Band playing that stirring military air, I've Found a New Baby. Gentlemen, thank you very much to the swinging group, and also thank your leader for me, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Azzolina, for allowing you to be here with us tonight, and good luck at the concert. Thank you. Good night. And we'll be back with you again right after this important message.
Fabulous on fruit salad. Good Season's creamy French dressing. Terrific on tomato. Good Season's Italian dressing. Luscious on lettuce. Good Season's blue cheese dressing. Good Season's doesn't taste like bottled salad dressing at all. Tastes fresh because you make it yourself. The free Good Season's mixing bottle measures for you. Vinegar and water. Now Good Season's salad dressing mix for the perfect touch of seasoning. Now oil. And shake. Perfect Italian dressing. With delicious fresh flavor. Doesn't taste like bottled dressing at all. Mmm. Tastes fresh because you make it yourself with Good Seasons. 9 great flavors. You get the mixing bottle free at your grocer's when you buy Good Seasons Italian salad dressing mix. Good Seasons from General Foods.
Attention! You're getting the benefits that meet your needs. There is no obligation to enroll. The call and benefits review are absolutely free. Just call 800-719-5870. That's 800-719-5870. Call 800-719-5870.
Yeah, but he didn't miss it.
Oh, now, Bill, Henry, I have saved a few minutes here to try something with you. These are Springfield rifles. I've got one here for each of you. And we have a group of soldiers backstage who go through some rather simple exercises with M1 rifles, which weigh 10 pounds, which is a few pounds heavier than these rifles that we have. Now, after watching them practice this afternoon, somebody made the snide remark that the three of us could not keep up with it. I accepted the challenge on behalf of... Don't take it apart! Put it down, you're not going to shoot anybody. All right, now all you've got to do... I volunteered for all of us to compete with some young Army men from Fort Myer, Virginia.
Why do you do these things?
You'll find out. All you have to do, let's open the curtains, is follow the leader. Here is the Army group known as Muskets in Motion. Get heavy. How many, excuse me, I know you're not supposed to speak, but how many times a day you fellas have to do that? Yes, you? How many times a day?
6 times a day.
6 times a day they do that. Well, friends, until next week at this same time, speaking for the panel and for all of us and for all our fine members from the armed forces who are with us tonight, this is Gary Moore saying, be very kind to each other, will you, and goodbye out there.
In tennis, the grip makes the difference. In writing, the grip makes the difference too. Now you can choose the right pen to fit your grip from Papermate's new Profile Trio of pens. 3 different shape pens: slim, regular, husky. Pick the one pen that fits your grip from this new Papermate Profile Trio display. Each pen, just $1.95.
Got a Secret has been brought to you tonight by the Tony family of home permanents, including Tonette.
The home permanent maid was the younger woman of mine.